गुड मॉर्निंग ऑल ऑफ यू। आज से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे सेकेंड चैप्टर सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इन फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स। So already I taught you in the first chapter what is reproduction, what is asexual reproduction, what is sexual reproduction. So what is sexual reproduction? In this chapter we will discuss about only sexual reproduction, that too in only flowering plants. Flowering plants are also called angiosperms. So what is sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction is the process of development of new organisms through the formation and functions of gametes. In flowering plants, flower is the special organ to perform sexual reproduction. So in flowering plants or angiosperms, flower is the site for sexual reproduction. And flowers are modified reproductive shoots. Flowers are modified reproductive shoots. So flower is a modified shoot. All of us familiar with flowers because they constitute the most beautiful structures of nature, being full of variety, shapes, color and scent. Flowers are being used by humans to express their love, affection, happiness, grief and mourning. Flowers are objects, they are the objects of aesthetic, ornamental, social, religious and cultural values. अब हम डिस्कस करेंगे व्हाट इज़ फ्लावर एंड फ्लावर हैज़ हाउ मेनी ऑर्गन्स. सो दिस इज द डायग्राम ऑफ longitudinal section of flower. The flower has, so this is the thalamus. So what is thalamus? The seat of flower where all floral organs are situated. And this is the ovary and they are the ovules. So after fertilization, ovary transferred into fruit and ovule transferred into seeds. They are the sepals, means calyx. This is the first floral organ. So individual parts of calyx is called sepals. So this is the second organ. The second floral organ of flower is called corolla and individual parts of corolla is called petals. This is the third organ, androecium, and individual parts of androecium is called stamens. This is the fourth organ, that is called gynoecium, and individual part of gynoecium is called carpel or pistil. So each carpel has ovary, style and stigma. So each angiospermic flower has four floral organs: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So flowers are formed due to hormone induced structural and physiological changes in shoot apexes. As shoot apices are transferred into inflorescence over which floral primordia, during which floral primordia develop. The primordia grow into floral buds which undergo anthesis to form flowers. Anthesis means opening of flower. So simply, the shoot apical meristem transferred into inflorescence, then inflorescence modified into floral buds, either auxiliary bud or terminal bud. Then auxiliary buds or terminal buds, they are modified into flower. So flower is a modified shoot. So a typical flower has a broad base, that is called thalamus. Thalamus is also called torus. So each flower has, already I told you, each flower has four floral organs: calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Individual parts of calyx is called sepals, individual parts of corolla is called petals, individual part of androecium is called stamen, individual parts of gynoecium is called carpels or pistils. So both calyx and corolla, first and second floral organs, are called non-essential organs because they do not take part in sexual reproduction. They directly do not involved in sexual reproduction. They are in supportive nature. And androecium and gynoecium are called essential organs because they directly take part in sexual reproduction. So in this chapter, so already I told you, any sexually reproducing organisms, there are three events: pre-fertilization events, fertilization events and post-fertilization events. So in this chapter, first we start with pre-fertilization events and structures. So what are pre-fertilization events? The events takes place before fertilization is called pre-fertilization events. So in this chapter, so what are under pre-fertilization events? Formation and fusion. Formation of both male and female reproductive organs. The first we will discuss with stamen. So stamen is also called microsporangium, or it is the male reproductive organ. So individual part of androecium is called stamen. Here this is a stamen. So each stamen has two parts. This is long slender filament, and this is the fertile part. The fertile part of stamen is called anther, and this is the 3D structure of stamen. So this is filament, and this is the fertile part of stamen, that is called anther, and anther finally produce. So each anther has different pollen sacs, or pollen sacs are also called microsporangium, and these microsporangium later produce pollen grains. Pollen grains, they produce male gametes. So each stamen has two parts. Each stamen has long slender stalk, that is called filament, and the terminal anther. So anther is also called fertile part. Then the proximal end of the filament is attached to the thalamus or petal of the flower. The number and length of stamens are variable in different flowers. So each anther has two lobes. Hence the anther is called bilobed anther. Bilobed anther is the characteristic feature of all angiospermic families except Malvaceae. In Malvaceae, the anther has only one lobe, and is called monothecous or unilobed anther. Then the two anther lobes are separated by a sterile parenchymatous tissue, that is called connective. So connective possesses a vascular strand, both xylem and phloem. अब डिस्कस करेंगे स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एंथर. So anther has two lobes. So anther is a bilobed. So anther is a bilobed, tetragonal, knob-like, fertile part of stamen. So each anther lobe has two chambers, and each chamber has two pollen sacs. So anther has two lobes. Each lobe has two chambers. So each chamber has pollen sacs, or pollen sacs are also called microsporangia. So bilobed anther has 4 pollen sacs in each chamber. So bilobed anther is also called tetrasporangiate. Then the two microsporangia of anther, they lie at its 4 corners, and each microsporangia run parallel to each other. The two microsporangia of an anther lobe, they are separated from each other by a shallow groove on the outside and a strip of sterile parenchymatous tissue, and this sterile parenchymatous tissue is also called connective. If microsporangia develops from archisporial cells, then the development of microsporangia is called eusporangiate. One more important point is, generally the bilobed anther is called tetrasporangiate, but in Wolffia, one anther lobe has only one microsporangia. It means in Wolffia anther is bilobed but only bisporangiate, because anther has only two microsporangia. And one more important point is Archeuthobium. Archeuthobium also, the anther is bilobed, but entire bilobed anther has only one microsporangia. So in Archeuthobium, bilobed anther but unisporangiate. Here anther has two parts. Each anther has two parts, anther wall and sporogenous tissue.